Hey, what is going on, guys? This is CupcakeSmasher, and look at this. My arena, legendary arena. Yeah, that's right. I made it just now. 3015 is my record, and just in time. You can see right here, as soon as it loads up. 1 hour, 4 minutes left. Yes, this will be my first time ever ranking in the Legends Arena, and I've done it with my deck that is not a hog deck, is not a balloon deck, is not a mortar deck, which are the top three in the game right now. I would be showing you some battles real quick, and we're just going to go over this. Okay, guys, so I have a lot of hog decks to show you. I'm only going to go with two. This is one of them, and this is also a mortar deck. It was kind of an odd combo, but you can see here we're going to start out the same way as always. Going to be Giant in the back, and I played these really weird too. I go Giant in the back, now a Valk here, and I get crushed. This replay kind of sucks because Valk gets destroyed by these barbs. Free spell goes down, barbs just slaughter the Valk. Spear Goblins are barely going to pick off the hog. Now they're working on the barbs, but again, just too slow. I go down a tower in 30 seconds. Oh my goodness. So Malcolm is leading big, and he's got his mortar now. I'm certain that is meant to pick off my tower when his hog isn't working, but this time hog worked perfectly. I'm going to arrow down the goblins here, and this could be a quick turnaround for me. That giant mixed with the goblin barrel is going to do a ton of damage, but now since I use the arrows, his minion horde is going to be highly effective. I put my own behind my tower because I don't want it charging up. Well, there's the wait time on all the troops, that's 1 second. I didn't want to be putting my minion horde there at the last second because his level 10 one would have just swarmed through mine as they were getting ready to go, so that's why I kind of waited here. He's going to go mortar down in the center as defense, and I just go, crap. Now here I'm holding the tombstone. I wanted to put it in the middle to stop that hog, but I realized I couldn't because that mortar would have picked it off, so I'm going to go Valk Prince on this opposite side. You can see right here this mortar is shifted off center, so it's not completely in the center, it's slightly off. That means the Valk Prince will work on the opposite side. That's why I went on that side. Even though I had a lot of damage on the other, he's going to end up freezing. Then the barbs are just going to go to work. They're going to slaughter my troops. That's just game right there for them. Now I'm going to be going Goblin Barrel without a giant to protect. Actually, I was considering it. No, now I have to deal with the hog. Going to draw it into the center with the tombstone. I did know he just used the free spell, so I wasn't worried about that because he did use it on my Valk and Prince on the opposite side. Now here, I'm going to have to use my giant and Goblin Barrel to get a push underway because with a minute left, it's going to be really hard for me to tie it up for sure, but also I'm going to need to take down another tower. So here comes my giant. Here comes the Goblin Barrel over the top. That's going to distract his tower. Now he can fireball, but he didn't seem to want to. He goes with the mortar in the back. I guess he was too worried about what else would happen. So I'm going to arrow down all his goblins. Now minion horde again going over the top. My own minion horde going to be able to help me out a lot. He's laying a bunch of spam units, so his fireball is not going to help him that much. My Valk is going to clear out the rest of those spear goblins. He's going to freeze way late there. That was a big mistake for him. Gonna go goblins again. I don't know what was wrong with him in the last half of this because he went perfect at the start. Now I'm gonna go giant spear goblins. Now unfortunately he put the mortar on the opposite side, which means my giant will turn around, and that mortar was crazy. It went right over the giant first thing, so it's gonna get a shot off. My giant is now going the wrong way completely, kind of a waste. Now I'm gonna go tombstone and a Valk simultaneously, and luckily for me he goes with the goblins right when I put the Valk down, the regular goblins that is. Free spell late again at 1,300 hit points on his tower, but now I'm in a really good spot. I'm going to be throwing the Goblin Barrel into the corner here and my Giant into the center at the same time. Now I'm going to arrow down his minions. And I didn't go Goblin Barrel in the corner because he wasn't using his Fireball to the maximum effectiveness. That's going to take down his tower all but certainly. 81 damage or 81 hit points left means I can just arrow it down. So I'm trying to cycle here as quick as possible and stop the hog from getting to my tower. That's going to be accomplished right there. I'm not even going to bother with the barbs. I just need to keep doing whatever I can to get to these arrows. Didn't know when they were. Now I see him. Tombstone has to go down. I'm telling him good game. I know it's won. And boom, there it is. Okay, guys, so here is kind of a hog cycle deck. Now, these are really tough to get when you don't have your tombstone in the start, like I don't have it here. You can see that was an issue with the last battle, and it presents an issue oftentimes. I've started now attempting with the Prince when I don't have really anything to set up a counter. I like to go Giant with the Goblin Barrel, but I don't like to do it off the start because if they have something like the Giant 3 Musketeer combo, that really shreds through it. So here comes his hog. Now, I'm going to be going with the Minion Horde over by the side. I didn't want the Spear Goblins to trace onto it, and I didn't want the Archers to get to it too fast. That's going to be accomplished here, but I'm still going to take significant damage off of the start. Now, I'm going to save my Tombstone, or at least should save my a little bit until he started cycling again, because right now it would just be losing hit points, and I needed to deal with the hog. So there it goes. He's going to lay his own goblins. I'm actually going to do pretty well, except that he did fireball my goblin barrel. So cannon is going to just sit there. I have barely touched his towers. Only that about 24 damage that comes from my goblin barrel itself. Now it's about time I use the tombstone. Probably missed it though, just because I wasn't paying attention and was trying to load up to 10. Here it goes though. Tombstone going to go into the center as a last resort. Valk in the center as well, in between the hog and the spear goblins. Now unfortunately for me, that hog is going to be able to get through and do some serious damage, but I throw the minion horde over the top. The Valk is there to help shield them, and he makes so many mistakes here. He's going to go with the goblins there, but again, it's a Valk. She's going to be able to melt through this tower with the help of the minion horde. She was taking the brute force from there, and I'm going to move on to his king tower and do significant damage. So now the winner of this looks like it will have to be a 2-crown effort. Now, what I want to do here is just delay him. I don't want him touching my tower as much as I can. Now I'm going to go with a giant goblin barrel here. I thought might as well go offensive, because I probably can't stop him. He's going to go with the fireball there. I know I can't stop him now because of that fireball. It can just take down my tower. But if I keep his hog away, I can probably do some good counters. I'm going to throw the tombstone here. He now doesn't have a lot of selection, but he realizes he has to go with the hog on the opposite side tower. Otherwise, he has no chance. Tombstone, though, in the center like that, it's always going to go pretty well. Now the hog takes down the tombstone. Everything swarming the opposite side. I'm going to throw a giant in the center because all those troops are now not going to be shot by the towers, but unfortunately, he puts the archers there. My Valk's going to make her way there. Minions die, but watch this. Spear goblins with the Valk are going to do great. He's going to throw his own goblins, but again, it's a Valk. If they end up coming at her, she's just going to take him down. Hog onto the tombstone. I'm going to use my spear goblins as well. That takes them all down. Now he just has to fireball. There's no way he's going to get to this tower in time unless he risks throwing spear goblins. I'm not going to let that happen, though. I'm going to go giant and then the goblin barrel with the fireball gone. It is game over. There it goes. Going to take down this tower just a beat down. And if I have to, I'm going to use the arrows. And I do this time. So boom, there it is. Okay, guys. Now this is the one that actually got me into Legends Arena. I have almost exclusively hog decks. This one was interesting because it is a golem, and it also uses the goblin barrel, which I only saw twice, probably in a week. And they were both tonight, which was the funniest thing. But here we go. We're going to go tombstone in the center. Now watch this. He's going bomb tower, and bomb tower is something that everyone hates right now. I'm going to throw my minion horde. He's going to arrow it down, and this is what I'm looking for because it really opens him up. Now my goblin barrel is ready to go if I want to use it. Normally I pair it with the giant though because it takes the brute of the force. Didn't have it this time, so I'm just going to have to sacrifice a Valk in the back. Gotta let her load up, and he is really going to take a hold of this battle early. I thought I had lost, but oh my, it's super hard. But now I've got giant and a Valk going together. Even though it's a bomber tower, I'm still going to be all right with that. My goblin barrel is going to start going to work, and there it goes. So, boom, there we got about, what is that, 1,100 damage off. Now I'm going to be having my spear goblins onto his barbs. They're going to just do a little bit of chip damage, but now I'm in trouble because 2 barbs and an ice wizard's never going to be good. I'm going to have to throw my prince here on this ice wizard. No, that was kind of a bad decision because it's going to slow down my prince, and those barbs are still going to get to the tower. So now prince is slowly going to get there, and boom, there he goes, slowly but surely. Now I have a tombstone in the center. At this point, I'm still just laying it because I have to, because most things do distract to it. Most brute force things. So, like, the hog is what I was really concerned about because I still hadn't seen what his main attacking unit was. I'm about to see it here, though. That golem going down in the back. I don't understand why you would put it behind the ice wizard. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But here we go, giant in the back. And he's going on the opposite side because I want to avoid any stacking of his units. I don't want him to be able to counter it effectively. I want to be able to stop him. So now I've kind of isolated his units. My giant and the goblin barrel is doing a ton of damage. Ice wizard down. Now tombstones all over the place. He's going to throw a goblin barrel though, and that is what was going to be the death of me. He's doing so much damage here. I was really worried because he still has his barbs up. You can see this goblin still doing good work, and now boom. Oh, Golemite's still on the tower. Valk is going to be dying here. Gonna have to arrow down everything, and now he's going goblin barrel again. So I know at this point I'm going to have to take down this next tower. It's going to be really difficult for me to do, but hey, we got to get there because this is Legendary Arena on the line here. He's going to end up arrowing it down, and at this point, this is when I was like, oh my goodness, I've done it, because now all I have to do is do a giant and a goblin barrel, and he's got nothing to counter. So there it goes. Goblin barrel goes first to put it on his mind, then I throw the giant in the center to distract both towers. There it goes. He's going to go golem on the other side. Don't know what he was thinking there, and boom, there it is. That is game. And guys, I'm going to actually go one last battle. So if you did like the video so far, make sure to like it up, subscribe for more. And we're going to get into this last battle right now. So this one was really, really tough. So here we go. We've got Prince going down here. He's going to be running towards this tower. Again, I just wanted to start off with these simpler things. He gets the spear golems in there perfectly, and he's going to take minimal damage to his cannon. My bad, couldn't speak there. Now I'm going minion horde on the opposite side here because I don't want him to arrow both the tombstone and the minion horde. Now at this point it doesn't matter, but he's going to be using the poison spell, so I can throw my spear golems just by my king tower if I wanted to help out with the damage. I didn't feel it necessary this time, so I'm going to be going giant and now goblin barrel over the top because that is my favorite thing all time to do. And here he's going to go princess in the back on my tower. She's only going to do some chip damage off the start, and my goblin barrel is doing a ton of work. At this point though, I'd love to arrow the princess, but I'm always unsure because it's burned me before where they have the minion horde. He puts down the spear golem, so I'm going to be like, okay, you know what, it's fine. I'll just take that down before I get some severe damage down. That's 1,000 health off Earth, 1,000 health left on his tower, 1,800 on mine, and I've got a tombstone getting ready to absorb his, golem right there. Now you can see where the golem goes. It really doesn't matter as long as this tombstone is in a position where it's in front of the tower. So the back part of the tombstone has to be in front of the towers. The golem is always going to go that way. Now again, he doesn't have any arrows this time, so my goblin barrel is doing a ton of work. Mini Pega though helping him a ton. Now he's got a huge push coming my way. I feel like I have to arrow all these little troops, and now he's got a princess in the back line, and this is going to be so difficult to go with because if I throw a minion horde, the princess is going to take them out, so I'm going to have to throw the Valk here. That's going to take care of the princess. Now his Gallmite is going down. Got the minions and the Valk going towards him. Boom, there it is. That golem is just absolutely melting. He had to do something to absorb the damage. Don't know why he didn't go with the poison spell here. I guess he felt his tower would be fine, and it ended up being alright. But again, you can see that tombstone, just as I said before. He's going to go with a poison spell to match it. Now I'm just going to go goblin barrel because I know he doesn't have arrows or anything at this point. And boom, there it is. 29 seconds left, and this battle is basically mine. All I have to do is control the damage. Valk in the back is going to do really well for me because if he throws anything, Valk's going to pick it up. He did throw minions, though, so that is the one exception to that rule for sure. Minions doing good work, though. His minions are going down. The arrows are going to control it, and boom, here goes. Golem's going down, or Golemites, I should say, and this is going to be game over. Valk is going to clear it out, and that is it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Until next time, this has been CupcakeSmasher, bringing you another video.